Welcome aboard, race fans, here to round number 5 of the Hardee's National Series here. This is the breaking point for the top 30 in the owner standings here. You need to be in that top 30 if you want to be locked in, because next race will be using the current owner's points. Joseph Strigley on pole, Jack Halleck on his outside, Jacob Hart and Noah Hart rounding out third and fourth with Angel in fifth as the green flag waves. Joseph Strigley off to the races just like that. And now you see the battle for second already heating up. Jacob Hart feeling the pressure from Sean Angel. Here comes Noah Hart down the inside. Contact made in the first corner, and all of them swing it nearly wide. And Noah Hart almost got turned by Tim Fiegel, but now the battle for second heats up 3 wide. Into the corner they're gonna go. Sean Angel is going to eke out on top, but Jack Halleck gonna put the fight right back to that number 44 car, and here he goes, swings it to the outside. Halleck, good run in the corner. Here comes Bradley Bishop Jr., a huge head of steam, and Jacob Hart thought about making it 3 wide, but backed off of it as Joseph Strigley though off and away, and here they come towards the left-hander. Halleck holds on to second, Angel up to third, and Bradley Bishop Jr. drops down to fourth, just a little bit there, but Noah Hart and Jacob Hart going at it. They're crashing right behind him. Looks to be Will Goss in the 19. He spun his car around, but looks like no harm, no foul. But Noah Hart going to be able to top off ahead of Jacob, but Jacob's going to fight right back. The two Hart brothers duking it out. Towards the inside goes Noah. Jacob not able to really get much off the corner, but gonna get the exit speed off. And right behind him, oh, we got a car hard into the wall. Looks to be Daniel Day's 42 car. And just like that on lap 2, the 42 is gonna be out of the race, and heavy front side damage to the Advent Health car as Goss zooms on by, but Daniel Day ends up in a grinding halt. Here's what happened with Will Goss. Edward Ziemba tried to make it 3 wide and just couldn't fit anything there and spun the 19 around, and 360 pirouette went Will Goss, but luckily no damage done, and with it being the opening lap, he's still got a long ways to go to conquer his way upwards to pass some drivers, but certainly not the start they envisioned. And here's for Daniel Day's case. You see Jeff Bolton with a good run in the corner and just clips the 42, and a big shot into the wall he went, and heavy damage. As we noted in Daniel Day, they were running very well, running in the mid-pack. And just like that, out of the race, they're going to go an early exit for the Texan Motorsports 42. Angel with a good run on Halleck, going to flick it down to the inside, and here goes Angel. What a late braking move he's going to go. Going to take the spot away. Yep is going to try and make it 3 wide right behind him, and ooh, that was very hairy there. And you see there Noah Hart just trying to fend him off. Yep knows he's got a really good number 77 car under the hood of that TPR performance machine, and ooh, a little bit of contact there. Noah Hart has to drive a little bit off the track, and Diego Yep is going to try and take full advantage of that move, and Yep is down to the bottom of the racetrack, Hart on the top, and really close quarters racing all around here for the top 10 positions. And Noah Hart going to try and get the exit momentum, and looks like he's going to be able to transfer it well, because here he goes down to the outside. Noah Hart trying to respond right back, neck and neck. Hart's gonna have the right away and takes it away with ease, and takes it right back, to say the least. Bobo Jones now right behind the 77, tries to get down to the inside, but Kev is right there, and side by side right across the strike. Bobo Jones, Kev Shear going at it, Tim Fiegel and Diego Yepes also going at it as well, and you see Jake West in that 11th spot as Tip Foster makes a move down to the inside, and oh man, sideways goes the 16, both of them making contact, and Jack Porkins now gonna pounce on the two of them, making a mistake there, and Jack Porkins trying to get into the top 10, trying to take 11th away from Jake West, and it looks like he'll be able to do so, gets 2 spots just like that. Jeff Bolton trying to get into the top 15 as Bobo Jones and Kev Shear are neck and neck and side by side. Into the bacon corner they're gonna go, and it looks like the 9 car will eke out on top. And the Hart brothers now starting to put pressure on each other. Jacob ahead of brother Noah, but for Joseph Strigley, he's up and away. 1.67 gap over the 44 car, and then you see Jack Halleck and BBJ not too far behind, but Halleck starting to feel the pressure from Bradley Bishop Jr. because here comes Bishop to the outside. He's gonna go. Ooh, man, he's got a really strong car underneath that 45 car. Halleck trying to get on the defense here, but looks like that 45 car is just gonna have the proper momentum here. Outside, he's gonna go, and if he can stay side by side with him, he's gonna be able to take that third spot with ease, and looks like that's gonna be the case. And what a power move from Bradley Bishop Jr. up to P3 here on lap number 5. One of the biggest movers of this race is Lane Sanders. He started 37th and now looking for 24th, and he's gonna get into the back of that number 6 car, and a big whop into the outside wall goes the Red Bull number 6, and heavy right side damage around for Peter Ronjak's car, but this 60 car looking pretty quick on the radar here, and he's done a very good job despite that recent contact there. Lane Sanders started 37th on the grid. Corey Williams did not qualify too well either, started 26th. They're kind of struggling with their car. Patrick Smith battling it out with Hannah Allen and William Brock here, and Patrick Smith started pretty far up, actually 15th, but starting to drop down. You see Blaze McKinney, there's Brandon Cresta, there's also the 7 of Sebastian Kukulon there as Jeff Bolton going at it here. Bolton's having a very good day in this 82 car so far, as he's going to hold off the 7 and the 90 alike. And right behind him, you see Bobo Jones putting the pressure on Tim Fiegel's going to turn him around, and into the inside wall he's going to go, and Fiegel's going to drop down the order just like that, and that's actually going to ruin the momentum of this 9 car, because here comes Kev. Will he send it down the inside? Yes, he will, and Bobo swings it wide. Here comes Porkins to pounce on the 9 as well, and Kev Shear trying to get upwards towards the 8th position here, and it looks like he'll do so without much effort, and a great power move to the inside. And Jacob Hart loving what he's seeing. There you see Tim Foster and Jake West going at it here for the top 15 spot. This looks to be for 11th as it seems. But Jake West mining his P's and Q's. Great effort for the Joseph Strigley team, and for Tip Foster, this is a great day for him so far. But Scott Roush starting to put the pressure as well, as he goes to the outside groove this time around, as the 2 Dodges remain side by side down the front stretch. And Scott Roush started pretty far back, is now up to 13th in this race. But look at Tib and look at West. Down the inside goes the 47, out of shape. They're both gonna go. Roush is gonna split through the middle. Ooh, what a daring move from the 3 car. And now Scott Roush, what a beautiful overtake there. 2 spots all going through the middle. A beautiful pass there, and that comes to show the creativity this 3 team can get early. Scott Roush as a driver could have, if you're a road ringer, you make the most out of this track and use it to the best of your advantage. RJ Bishop's going to get around the 47 car. Jeff Bolton going to try and make a move to the outside of Tim Foster. Sebastian Kukulon going to try and make it 3 wide, but to no avail there, as Tim Foster's going to have to hold those 2 cars up for the time being. But what a turn of events here, as now Kev's going to go down the inside. Cole Baker getting turned in the back there, so he got some front end damage to his machine as Jacob Hart swings it wide, and here goes Kev Shear on the move once again. And man, these drivers are getting so aggressive in this race. Bobo Jones making a move down to the bottom, but just not able to get the exit speed off, and Kev Shear up to 7th now. You see Fiegel was slotted in line, and Bobo Jones just got into the back of the 43 car, put him into the inside wall, and that just drops him down the order as a result. In a tough break for Tim Fiegel, they were only a mere 7 points above 30th in points, and well, that's not going to be the case here tonight, especially with the damage on that car. It looks fine, but even so, the tires are most likely smoked after this one. And here's what happened with Cole Baker. Peter Ronjak got into the back of the 84 and just put him into the inside wall, and Hydra seems to never seem to get themselves out of trouble here. It seems to be one car after another, and Baker with the issues here tonight. Edward Ziemba getting in the back of Will Goss. Those teams are not happy with the Hydra organization. It seems they're trying to stand up for themselves against this team as well, and not the break that Cole Baker really wanted to see here in that Direct TV number 84. Bobo Jones now catching Jacob Hart's gonna make contact with him and shove the 05 car wide there, and Jacob Hart with a heck of a save in that 05. He had to hold on to it, and Bobo Jones gonna send it down on the bottom, gonna take the spot away, and it was a really late send from that JBL car, and Scott Roush, though, going to have the momentum on Jack Porkins, looking for the 10th spot, while Jacob Hart's trying to go at it for the 9th position, but Scott Roush just going to be able to take it away from Porkins with ease, and now he's got a really good run on the 05 car, got the slipstream there, and now a big send, a big dive down to the inside. Scott Roush looking for the 9th spot, and it looks like he'll do so, and Scott Roush able to get past 2 cars within a lap, and that's saying a lot here in the road course. It's very hard to pass here, and once you actually set up someone for a pass, you have to commit. And Jacob Hart's going to drive it wide once again, because now Porkins is going to try and take advantage, but not able to get the sufficient exit off the corner, and Hart's going to have to fight for another day here, because Porkins is starting to now feel the pressure from Jake West, but West again not able to get anything from that number 16 car. But even so, Joseph Strigley now starting to feel the pressure from Sean Angels, number 44. That 44 car has been looking very good in this run, and once they get towards green flag pit stops, and even though this is always a green flag run, but more or less the first wave of pit stops, we might see this 44 car even get faster. But ooh, a wide corner there from Angel, and now he's gonna have to find another way to get around Strigley, but Strigley's doing a really good job of withstanding that pressure here so far in this race. Shade Eves would have his issues here as Brandon Krasa just got on the brakes too late, spins the 09 car around, and just for a simple loop sends the 09 car outside of the top 30, and they were running in the mid-pack, running inside the top 20, but just a rookie mistake from Brandon Krasa is going to put that 09 car pretty far back. Scott Roush now putting the pressure on Bobo Jones. Which will he go? He's going to go to the right side this time around. Roush outside, Bobo Jones inside, and he's going to hug the bottom to the best of his ability. Roush going the long way around, but look at the exit. He's able to get off the corner, and Scott Roush now side by side with the 9, and I think there was a car out of shape back there. We're going to have to look at that in a bit, but Roush now holding strong on the outside, and now the lines are going to inverse as they zigzag through the S's. And Scott Roush now side by side with Bobo. Bobo still holding strong on the bottom. But Scott Roush, can he get the run off this corner? Looks like he might be able to. Bobo's going to try and squeeze him, but Roush just able to really get the exit speed going, and now he's got the long way around the outside, and Bobo has to check up. And Scott Roush is going to go upwards towards the 8th position in car number 3, and Porkins now starting to put some pressure down on Jacob Hart's number 05 car, and Brandon Krasta now having to withstand the pressure from Hannah Allen's number 17. These guys started pretty far back, so they've got to get a move on in this race if they want to get themselves some good points. There's Patrick Smith back here, there's Cal Farrell, Ross Jackson, Peter Onjek. Aiden Shepard's really stuck with his number 86 car. Shades, remember he had the spin. Well, Gus not doing too well, but Jack Halleck tried to make something out of something happen there in that 74, but not able to really get anything on Bradley Bishop Jr.'s number 45, and that 45 car just one of the strongest cars on the grid and one of the more consistent drivers on the grid for a reason, and BBJ still sitting in that 3rd spot with Halleck in 4th and Noah Hart rounding out the top 5. So here's what happened. This was Lane Sanders and Fiegel was on new tires. He had pitted due to the damage and was a lap car, and Sanders able to keep it off the wall, or get minimal damage, off the wall, to reiterate that. But even so, Sanders not going to be too happy on the radio there with the lap car racing him aggressively, and again, Fiegel on those new tires, but certainly made the most out of it and used that 60 car to move him out of the way, and Fiegel not very happy. He's had a very rocky start to the season. He's, I think, showing his anger a little bit right at the moment, but Corey Williams able to zoom on by that 60, but even so, Sanders has done a great job on moving upwards towards the field. Austin Miller's another driver trying to move forwards. He started way in the back, 41st due to the Provo, and he's already up to the 23rd spot and now looking for 22nd on Lane Sanders here. This 18 car looking like a very fast flip-side Toyota, and maybe not a race-winning car, but more or less good enough to get some great points on the line. Miller side by side with the 60 in the corner. Sanders is certainly not going to give up without a fight. One of the more aggressive drivers on the grid here, as Miller's going to have the center speed off, but Sanders, he's going to try and fight right back. He's going to pinch him a little bit there, but Sanders is right there nose to tail with that OK Tire Toyota. And it looks like, ooh, a little bit of slipping and sliding there. Sanders is going to have the run in the corner. And it looks like he'll be able to defend for now. And Austin Miller, though, he's late on the brakes once again. Going to try and send it back down to the inside. But Sanders shuts the door and denies that 18 car for the time being. But you see up there, Jeff Bolton getting challenged by Krasta. And it looks like Krasta is going to be able to get past him without much of an issue whatsoever. Tim Fiegel on new tires. William Brock driving it wide because here comes Corey Williams on the outside as the lines are going to again inverse down into the left-hander as Corey Williams sends it underneath the 88 car. Can he get the momentum off the corner? No, he can't. And William Brock putting up a great defensive fort against that Mobile One machine. And Corey Williams had a dreadful qualifying run, started 26th in this race. Brock started in 29th. So a lot of big gains around. Krasta looking to the outside as Bolton went out of shape there from Tim Fiegel. And looks like Krasta's just not able to get anything off the corner, but let's see what he's got down the front stretch on that 47 car. And Brandon Krasta, again, another big mover. A lot of drivers that started pretty far in the mid-pack are moving their way into the top 15, top 20 realm. And an exceptional job from these drivers all around as we are starting to close in on our first cycle of pit stops here. As Tim Fiegel trying to make the most out of his new tires as they can. Noah Hart there in the 12 running a very solid race. Yep, as there is Shear and Roush, and Roush is closing in on the 0 car this time around. Kev gonna play a little bit defensive here. Roush, I think he's just gonna wait on that 0 car to make a mistake here to see if he can find something against that Ditech machine, but even so, Sean Angel putting more and more pressure on Joseph Strigley here. And will he make a move for the lead? Here he goes down to the inside. Strigley, a little bit of a sitting duck there, but will he get the momentum off the corner? Looks like he'll be able to. And Sean Angel's gonna have to wait for another opportunity to strike on that 22, and this might be the next occasion to do so. He's all over the back bumper of the 22. Strigley going on a more defensive line, gonna arc it into the corner. Angel not bothering to send it into the corner at all. I think he's just gonna wait, and oh, he actually just slipped off the corner, just had a really bad exit, and that's gonna give that 22 car some breathing space here, while Halleck and BBG are nose to tail with each other on their own little island, as well as Yepes and Hart. But oh, where is Hart, by the way? There, I think he's actually come down pit road, so Noah Hart actually gonna try and pull an undercut early on. They're gonna pit on lap 19, coming to lap number 20. So let's see what these drivers will do. Will you stay out more to properize on fuel, or really to focus on fuel and fresh rubber, or will you pull an undercut to gain an advantage in terms of time and potential track position? Those cars are going to stay out on track another few laps here, maybe another few or two or so, but we're going to see how these drivers are going to stretch it out as Joseph Strigley still continues to lead the way. Here come the leaders down pit road. Joseph Strigley, Sean Angel, Jack Halleck in the 74, not too far behind. And will we see anybody roll the dice and stay out more? Fiegel already had pitted earlier, so he's way off cycle. There is Shear, Roush, Porkins, West. There is also Krasta, Kukalon, and all the other drivers coming down pit road. And this is going to be a good money stop for some of these drivers. This is a great opportunity to make some adjustments and make your cars faster and better for their drivers' expectations. Strigley taking tires. There's Angel taking tires. And there he goes off of pit road. This is going to be a really close battle off. And Sean Angel's going to take advantage as Strigley hits the wall. And Strigley might have just gotten a little bit over ambitious there, and that might have cost him some time. Halleck's going to do the same, and that just comes to show how much time you want to gain on the track. There's everybody else coming off pit road. There's Kukulon, Krasta, and West side by side off of pit road. Who's going to eke it out? They both spin around and into the wall. Both of them go, and that's going to cause a huge traffic jam. And I think for all the other drivers, there's Patrick Smith zooming on by. He had pitted earlier, and he's actually going to be a big winner out of this one. And that's not going to be very exciting for some of these other drivers that were stuck on pit road. They're going to be very upset with the traffic jam that ensued in front of them. But Patrick Smith's going to gain basically 10 spots out of this one. And he's probably going to be in the top 15 as a result of this. As you see Shear ahead, trying to get past the lap car of Will Goss, and Goss really struggling with his Toyota ever since that spin. I think nothing's really been the same for that car. And Noah Hart, excuse me, using that undercut maneuver ahead of Jack Halleck, but Sean Angel, though, commences as the race leader. Strigley second, BBJ third, Hart fourth, and Jack Halleck your top 5. Then you got Yepes, Jones, Roush, Shear, and Jacob Hart your top 10. But man, what a turn of events here in pit road. A lot of crazy shenanigans on the track here, and William Brock's car is blowing up in the 88, and William Brock was running in 16th at the time, and now his race comes to a grinding halt. And oh, look out, Cal, and oh, that was actually really scary there, and Cal Farrell able to put on a great avoidance on that 88 as he kind of veered to the last moment trying to get out of the way. But man, a turn of events. William Brock's going to be knocked out of this one of what could have been a top 20 run. Is going to be a horrible run for this 88 team, and it looks like we got more trouble. Matt DeLeo's car stuck on pit road as well, as he's got issues in that 37. A lot of things going on pit road, and in this cycle has reshaped track positions, and for a lot of drivers, they have become the big losers out of this one. Here's what happened with Matt DeLeo. He was trying to get into his stall, and Goss was coming out, and the car ends up stalling into the path of Shade Eves, and by then they just couldn't get that car going. It took them a long time to get things set up for their pit stop, and that's really going to cost them a lot of time. You see them go through this tunnel on pit road, and you see West and Cresta side by side coming off of pit road. They're neck and neck, just too narrow, and they squeeze each other into the wall, and watch everybody having to check up. There you see Sanders, Brock, Williams, Miller, and everybody else, and Patrick Smith just waves them goodbye because those are just 3 spots for that 29 car. And again, a lot of drivers aren't going to be too happy with this because of how much time they really lost down pit road, and a big blow for some of these drivers in the standings. William Brock, we saw him blow up. That's not going to be a good sign for them. They were also trying to get inside the top 30. They were out looking in, 6 points out, and that's not going to be the case here tonight as well for that 88 team. But for Patrick Smith, this team, this is a great opportunity for them to capitalize and get themselves a top 20 run. Scott Roush reeling in Bobo Jones. Jones is going to swing it wide, a really loose car, and now Scott Roush is going to attack the 9 car with aggression. Here he goes, outside groove he's going to go. And now side by side for the 7th spot. These two were going at it earlier, and now they're going at it once again. Roush outside, Bobo Jones inside, the two of them squeezing each other in the corner, trying to make the most out of this track. And Scott Roush is going to breeze on by. Easy overtake from him. That's up to P7 for this 3 car, and you see Jack Porkins now having to navigate around Will Goss's number 19 cars. He sails it down to the inside. And that's going to be an easy taking for him. Right behind him, you see there Fiegel. Remember, he's a lap car. He's had some issues with that 43 car all around. He's on cycles, so he's 21st, so he's hoping that he can make the most out of that 43 car. But even so, Scott Roush continuing to move forwards. Noah Hart, remember, with the undercut, is in 4th, but Sean Angel, though, trying to extend the gap over Joseph Strigley's number 22. Battle for 16th is on. Corey Williams outside. Sanders gonna defend on the inside. And Williams gonna try and go the long way around that 14. Williams knows his car is very good on the straight line. And here he goes. He's got to run down the front stretch. Sanders gonna try and side draft him down the front stretch. But Corey's gonna have the best advantage here. But Sanders sends it down the inside. Late braking move. Pushes the 14 car a little bit wide. And now Sanders able to defend against the 14-4. Now Corey Williams, though, knows his car is faster. He's going to have to be a little bit patient. He drives it wide, and that's going to give the 60 some free space there. You see Porkins now on the move to the inside of Jacob Hart. Looks to be for the 10th spot. And Jack Porkins now moving forwards in that 41. They made some really good adjustments to that Arctic Cat machine. As Kev Shear now trying to close in on Bobo Jones for position, as he's going to drive it a little bit wide. Jacob Hart going to try and fight back, but that's going to allow... Oh, man, actually Porkins did drive it deep into the corner. That's actually going to really cost him some time, as Hart's going to retake the 10th spot away. Porkins again going to sail it down to the inside, and just not able to get anything from that 05 car. And Jacob Hart doing a very good job on the defensive here. Very good driver. And not really running the best in the point standings here, just in that 30th place spot. But with a run like this is really going to help them a lot in this race as Porkins continues to put the pressure down on that 05 car. But Jack Halleck and Diego Yepes is actually starting to reel in the 74 and the 12, so that car coming to life, and they're actually all starting to reel in Joseph Strigley's number 22, while Sean Angel himself is just on a whole different zip code right now. And you see the rest of the field kind of just minding their P's and Q's. Blake Warren making a move underneath Tit Foster. Foster not really having a great car after those adjustments, so he's starting to fall back. Hannah Allen really struggling as well, but Angel's starting to close in on lap traffic as well, so keep an eye out on how lap traffic may play into the hands of these other drivers and maybe to the chagrin of Sean Angel. Bobo Jones now starting to feel pressure from Jacob Hart and Jack Porkins, the two Chevrolets looking quicker than this 9 car. But here goes Jack all over the back bumper, reeling in the 05, and mistake from Jacob Hart, and here comes Porkins down to the inside. And looks like Porkins will take 9th away clean, pass out of the final corner. Now gonna try and set his eyes on Bobo Jones and that JBL machine. Kev Shear getting passed by Scott Roush here. And it looks like Bobo Jones really struggling with the handling of his car, because now Jack's got a really good run on him all over the back bumper of this 9 car, and Porkins drives it a little bit wide, and Bobo just trying to set the car in the center, trying to stop the momentum from this 41 car. And Porkins' car really starting to come to life here. They made some really good adjustments, and now Porkins again gonna try and set him up all over the back bumper of Bobo Jones. Where will he go, left or right? Gonna fling it to the left side, and here he goes inside of Bobo Jones. Can he clear him off the corner? Looks like he will, and Jack Porkins will go upwards into the 9th spot past that number 9 car with ease, as you see Yepes reeling in the 74 and the 12, and again they're reeling in BBJ and Joseph Strigley. So really this battle for second could really start to heat up between these guys. While Sean Angel, again, as we noted, he's actually been able to get around lap cars really well, but for all these other guys, it's a really good battle. We saw a car out of shape there. Looks to be RJ Bishop. He's got a mech issue as well. We got to look what happened there, but all these other drivers starting to feel the pressure, and Joseph Strigley starting to feel 4 other drivers reeling in his back bumper. It was RJ Bishop's car that was stalled in the final corner. He had lost power in that car, and well, he just drove it all the way towards the banking and out of the way. But what a tough break. He had really struggled with that car, and that might have been the explanation of why he fell so far back down the grid. Jacob Hart also with a run on Bobo Jones, gonna try and fake him and go down to the inside just like what Jack Porkins did. And Bobo Jones really just not able to get any handling from the JBL car, and now Jacob Hart side by side down the front stretch. Bobo's got the advantage with the exit speed off, and you see Sebastian Kukulon not too far behind. Don't keep an eye out on that number 7 car here, but you see the 05 just sails in the corner. Bobo drives it a little bit wide, gonna try and fight back down to the inside. Jacob Hart, though, has got the advantage, and he's gonna have to drive it in deep into the corner. And it looks like Jacob Hart's gonna take the spot with these. Bobo Jones gonna drop outside the top 10 as it looks. Kukulon running in the 12th spot. Smith in 13th. Excellent run for him, but Corey Williams all over the back bumper of Jake West's number 16. He's trying to get inside the top 15. He's closed in also on Brandon Crasta, but now Williams side by side with the Elite Filter machine. The former Curtis Racing driver against the current Curtis Racing driver, and Jake West able to defend him very well here. Jake West still showing he's got what it takes here in the Hardee's National Series. He's a champion for this very reason, and right now he is doing an excellent job in the Joseph Strigley number 16 running in that 15th spot. But Corey Williams, though, trying to find a way to get around this number 16. Porkins has got an issue, and the 41 car stalls on the track, and out he goes in a tough break for Jack Porkins. His shot at a win is down the drain, and for all the other drivers, it's another free spot on the order. Porkins' car just lost power down the front stretch, and you just see all those cars just wave on by, and Jack Porkins, the misfortunes strike. He had a crash at Iowa, looked to be a very fast car, and now a mech issue plagues this Arctic Cat machine out of a top 10 run. Strigley able to get through some lap traffic here. Amanda Evans is the buffer between BBJ, Halleck, and the others, as now Halleck gonna make a move down the inside. Bradley Bishop Jr. really got caught sleeping and was probably scared of that 65 car brake checking him, and you see Halleck able to take third away, and Halleck's had a very good run with 74 car despite his teammates really playing as a big contrast in this race. But now Halleck's gonna have to get around Amanda Evans here as Evans goes to the inside line, and not the preferred groove you want to be is on the outside, but we've seen drivers pull it off, and Halleck's gonna try and make the most out of it as he's gonna get past that 65 car with ease. That's up to third for that 74 car, and BBJ gonna go way down to the inside to get past Amanda Evans, and they know they've got to get through the traffic quickly as they can, because you start to see more cars come into the play. You see Scott Roush, you start to see Kev Shear as well close in on these drivers as well, and they could be ones to look out for in this race. It's not quite over yet, but Sean Angel, though, he's really just got to run consistent lap times here, because his car is just way quicker than everybody else's at the moment, but really second on back, it's just a big cluster of cars as Noah Hart's going to bring his car down pit road for the second cycle of pit stops. I think we're going to see maybe one more. This might be the last stop, so this might be cutting it close, whether it be on fuel or not, but some of these drivers are going to take some risks here. But Sean Angel, big gap, 6.42 and counting. As you see there, Diego Yepes getting through traffic. He's caught these guys, but he hasn't really been able to make much ground in terms of passing anybody. Joseph Strigley starting to feel some pressure from Jack Halleck, 74, and here goes Halleck down the outside. That 74 car just looking very good in this run. Didn't look good in the first half, but they have picked it up here in this race, and Jack Halleck's gonna have the momentum on the outside line, passes the 22 with ease, and Jack Halleck put him up to second here in this race. That 74 car looking very good in this run, and with one pit stop remaining, this really could be the decider on if your car can be the fastest when it matters the most. In this race, you need the right adjustments to go in your favor based upon your driving style, and also managing those tires to the best of your ability. But this might be a fun one to watch, but Sean Angel, though, just rockets away from everybody else right now. Joseph Strigley coming in this time. You see BBJ and Yepes following on tow, so some of the leaders coming in. There's Brandon Crasta, he's trying to pull an undercut strategy here. Jacob Hart, there's Bobo Jones. Remember, Jones has really struggled with that 9 car. Patrick Smith coming onto pit road to try and get his final stop out of the way here. Jeff Bolton running very well in that E2. We noted Matt DeLeo struggling, remember, with the pit road issues. Austin Miller having a sensational run, running in 15th based on this current cycle, though it hasn't quite ended for a reason. Patrick Smith rubbing fenders there with Peter Onjek as Onjek goes for a little slide, but no harm, no foul, but maybe not so much for Peter Onjak's case. His day's gone from bad to worse. But let's see, where's Sean Angel? There he goes, down pit road. Halleck stayed out an extra lap as well, and here he comes down pit road as well. Scott Roush, will he come in? Yes, he will. So will Kev. And here we go. There's Kukulon. There's Tim Fiegel. Fiegel, remember, on a different cycle. As Kukulon comes down pit road, he brings his number 7 car and has a very, very good day in that 7 car, to say the least. Very solid run for the KFC number 7. But there's Sean Angel. 4 tires on his stop. They're going to top off on gas to see if they can make it to the rest of the way and to make it towards that final stretch. Jack Halleck, you see in the distance there, as there's Sean Angel coming off of pit road. He knows he's going to have a very comfortable lead if he just takes his time, and right now he's going to do so without much of an issue. There's Porkins. Remember, he had those issues earlier in the race, and let's see, there's BBJ. Diego Yepes actually beat the 45 car out, so really good stop for Diego Yepes. Noah Hart, though, ahead of the 77, so with that undercut strategy, there's Jack Halleck in the 74, there's Scott Roush, there's Kev, and they're actually going to all be ahead of Joseph Strigley's number 22 car. Strigley really struggled on pit road, as it seemed, so they might have had a really slow stop or something there, but Diego Yepes, one of the big winners out of this one. He actually might have a good run here. Julio Cesar, he's actually had a very excellent run based on where he started, even though he's second right now. He's coming down pit road this time. He actually managed to climb towards that top 20 realm, though it hasn't shown it. We haven't really highlighted much of him in this race. Julio Cesar's been also one of those drivers moving forwards up based on where he started. A couple cars hitting the wall there. Car blowing up right in front of him. Looks to be Will Goss and Angel. Oh no! The leader spins around, and Sean Angel goes through a pirouette, and due to lap traffic and due to a bizarre turn of events, Sean Angel is going to be knocked out, leading right into Diego Yepes. He spins around into the outside wall. BBJ's got the damage as well. And oh my goodness, what a turn of events for Sean Angel. Will Goss's car disintegrated coming off a pit road as it looked. And now Scott Roush is all over the back bumper of the 77 and the 44. Matt DeLeo's got heavy front side damage to his car. Hannah Allen had a big piece of the wreck as well. But where is Noah Hart? He's actually going to come off as the leader thanks to Sean Angel's issues. There's Peter Ronjek though, and Jack Halleck's all over the back bumper. But Scott Roush though, now going to make it 3 wide into the corner. Scott Roush, big send in, and Diego Yepes with the damaged car, Angel with the damaged car as well. And Scott Roush, though, now going to climb into the top 5 as a result. But what a turn of events here. Sean Angel looked to have this race won, but now he's all the way down the order in 6th position, and maybe going to lose out to Diego Yepes and others because of that damage done to the 44, and Yepes with damage as well in that 77. But man, that is insane. Unbelievable turn of events here, but it's Noah Hart now with the undercut move. Gonna be up front, a 4-second gap. And there he is. We couldn't find him for a moment, but man, that's insane. And you see Goss's car blown up coming off a pit road, and he's trying to get out of the way. Farrell and Allen are stuck behind him, and by the time they merge, Allen gets into the back of Farrell. They're all trying to avoid the 19, and then just Sean Angel gets clipped into it. Matt DeLeo, heavy front side damage, and Angel trying to get the car cranked up and going. He can only do so much, and he's just trying to get out of the way, and Yepes runs into him, and BBJ as well. And yes, that is the racing surface, but you can only do so much in such a small space of time. And Sean Angel, what a turn of events in this race. Angel was the fastest car, looked to be the fastest car on the track, and now his race has gone down the drain. A race win just stolen away from him just like that, and as a result, it's put Noah Hart in command of the race lead. Edward Ziemba would find damage in his number 94 car, trying to go side by side with Blake Warren, the both of them touching. Damage just like that for the 94 car, and Hydra just really not having the day they envisioned whatsoever in this race, and well, that's just kind of an add to insult to injury for this 94 team. Jack Porkins coming out of his stall would be all over the back bumper of Cole Baker and then turn him into the corner and putting him into the outside wall, and day comes from bad to worse for the 84 team, and well, that's not going to be too keen on the stewards. They're not going to be very happy with this 41 team at all. Neither will the 84 team. Hydra seems to be targeted in this race in general. They wreck cars left and right, and well, it seems Retribution seems to do the same for them, but a lot of teams not very happy with this organization in general. And it, well, for Cole Baker's case, just an innocent victim of circumstance there, and oh, again, the officials aren't going to be too pleased with the actions of that 41 team. Noah Hart trying to bob and weave through lap traffic, and you see more lappers in front of him. Oh, Austin Rogers and Ziemba rubbing fenders, and oh, right in front of the leader, and oh, Noah Hart has to check up so much into the corner, and that's going to box him in with a bunch of other lap cars trying to go at it for positions. And Noah's going to drive it really wide into the corner. RJ's going to try and get one of his laps back after the mechanical failure, and Jack Porkins the same. There's Baker, but also look who's not too far behind. BBJ, Jack Halleck. There's Scott Roush trying to get around Peter Ronjak, but Sean Angel and Yepes still duking it out together on the inside with Kev Shear following on toe, and Yepes, despite the back end damage, still looks pretty quick. But here comes Kev. Oh, gotta move down to the inside of Amanda Evans. Will use her as a pick potentially to really just try to get out of the way. But really, that Zero car has been very quiet, very solid top 10 car, but it's certainly not the fastest car on the track. But you see the lap cars still getting in the way of Noah Hart. The gap now dwindling to 2.05 seconds here. Porkins right behind this 12 car. He might interfere with the progress of Noah, but Porkins looks like he's backing off a little bit here this time around. There is the number 45 car of BBJ. He's only a couple of cars away, 3 cars of the buffer between Hart and Bradley Bishop Jr. And these two duked it out at Dover last year, and they had a photo finish showing it. But Hart gonna try and make a move, a big one down the inside of Rogers. Rogers shuts the door, and oh man, Noah Hart not happy with this 5 car at all. He wants to move him out of the way, but they gotta think of the big picture here. They've got a win in their belts right now, and Bradley Bishop Jr. still kind of struggling to get through the lap traffic because Baker and Ziemba are in his way, and BBJ's really got to do something if he wants to catch this number 12 car. The gap's still winding down, but he's still got cars in front of him, 2 Hydra cars and a Curtis car, and Hart still just couldn't do anything to get around this 5 car whatsoever. Porkins all over the back bumper of the Dairy Queen machine, and he's just trying to push this 12 car forwards here to see if they can get around Rogers together. And will Hart make a move down the inside? Yes, he will. Porkins will help him out, and but Austin Rogers still holding the fort down, and BBJ able to get around Cole Baker's damaged number 84 car, and Jack Halleck is not too far behind, and Scott Roush in that 3 car also starting to clock in some good lap times on that 74, on that 45, and on that 12. So again, we're starting to see more drivers start to rise up. Bobo Jones now to the inside of Sean Angel, and Angel's really just damaged car. He's just limping this car at this point. With Joseph Strigley and Jacob Hart in hot pursuit. Hart down the outside, and Joseph Strigley's going to hug the bottom. Aiden Shepard playing the pick of this one for Strigley against Jacob Hart, and he might be able to get the spot from Sean Angel if he can get past this 86 car, but Aiden Shepard still fighting against that number 22 car, and Jacob Hart's going to dive back down to the inside of the Toyota Camry machine, and Joseph Strigley, despite leading a good amount of the laps, starting to fade in this run as well. But oh man, Jacob Hart big dive down the bottom, cut off the 22, and that's really going to cause Strigley to check up as a result. But man, you see Halleck though, now he's stuck behind some of his Hydra components, his opponents there, and his teammates not really giving him any favors whatsoever because Scott Roush is right behind that number 74 car. We're starting to see this 3 car come to life once again, and Bobo Jones now trying to close in on Diego Yepes' struck number 77, but Halleck able to get around Cole Baker with ease, and Baker though not going to put up much of a fight here. Where will Roush go? Can he get around Baker here? Yes, he will. He goes down on the inside, going to late break into the corner. Now he's all over the back bumper of Jack Halleck's number 74 car. Now he's going to try and climb up to the 3rd position, but Noah Hart now. Only a car fits between him and BBJ, and that man is Jack Porkins. He could be the wild card in this one, and Noah Hart, though, he's starting to feel the pressure as well. The Fisher Motorsports cars have dominated this race, and then Sean Angel, the other driver to really lead this race so far. But Noah Hart, though, the undercut strategy starting to kick in here, but really the question is, are his tires good enough against that number 45 car? You see Cal Farrell getting around Lane Sanders. Sanders really struggling with that 60 car. He might have some damage to the right side. Not sure, maybe the contact from Fiegel earlier in that race might have actually slowed that car down. But Porkins all over the back bumper of Hart, but Hart now gets around Lane Sanders, goes down the inside, and Sanders in the middle of the racetrack. Halleck getting held up by Ziemba, and he's going to lose out to Scott Roush, and I think Halleck might have just got denied by his own teammates there, and now that's going to allow Scott Roush to get past the 74 car. So now Roush up to 3rd. Kev Shear starting to close in, and Halleck's now just boxed in behind his teammates. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide there. That's not what you want to do. And Halleck gets around Baker, but now he's stuck behind Edward Ziemba's car. Porkins comes down pit road, so now it's just going to be mono-y-mono. So Porkins gets out of the way for the sake of BBJ, and now he's going to try and put the pressure down on Noah Hart as the 2 Red Bulls are side by side in front of him. But Scott Roush, though, now also starting to close in on the top 2. He's going to try and get around Lane Sanders here, and he will do so with ease. Sanders lets him by, no issue whatsoever there, but Halleck, he's still struggling to get past his own teammates here. Ziemba's going to drive the course wide, and Halleck himself has just got to get around these cars if he wants to have a shot at catching Scott Roush and these leaders, but it looks like he's going to be able to do so. But Noah Hart, though, still leads the way, but BBJ starting to close in the gap. With the issues of Sean Angel and Yepes, this puts Kukulon in the top 10. Yepes is yet to pit, but they're probably going to try and limp it home. But Patrick Smith trying to make a move for the 10th position. This could be a career day for the S3 Motorsports camp. They want this top 10 badly, and Kukulon's the only obstacle that could hold them back. But Corey Williams is also closed in on that number 29 car as well. But as for the leaders, you see Bobo Jones trying to fend off Jacob Hart. You see Halleck still struggling to get around his teammates here, but Noah Hart actually able to pull a little bit of a gap away from Bradley Bishop Jr. and Scott Roush. But Kev Shearer now starting to close in once again, now on the back bumper of Jack Halleck's number 74. Could this zero car get himself a 4th place run, because he is all over the back bumper of that 74 car? Patrick Smith still looking for that all-elusive top 10. He certainly wants one from that 29, and Corey Williams is right there as well. And you see Joseph Sprigley running in 8th, certainly wanted a better run than that. Sean Angel pitted, he's on new tires, so he's just trying to get the most out of what he can. But Scott Roush all over the back bumper of BBJ, dives it down to the bottom of the racetrack for the runner-up spot. This is what Hart needs, but Roush now up to the 2nd position, just past BBJ. BBJ couldn't put much of a fight in Roush's car, they're getting stronger and stronger now. 1.49 is the advantage over Scott Roush. Noah Hart's really got to hold on. He's got older tires than Scott Roush's number 3 and BBJ's 45, but I think Bradley Bishop Jr. might have used his stuff up a little bit too quickly here. Roush now looking like a very strong car in this going. Not one of the quickest cars on the track, but in terms of consistent laps, it seems this 3 car is on point. But Hart's not really been able to get around Austin Rogers in the 5 at all whatsoever, but now Roush has got to get past the 2 if he wants to have a shot at this win. And here he goes down to the inside. Roush down at the bottom. Farrell gonna fight on the top side, and ooh, if the lap cars don't cooperate with Roush, this is really gonna help the needs of Noah Hart by a mile here. And Hart's still stuck behind and boxed in behind Austin Rogers. Roush down to the inside. Farrell's gonna drive it wide, and that's actually going to help Roush out. And now he's gonna be on a mission to chase down Noah Hart's number 12 car. And BBJ gonna try and go down the bottom. He's trying to keep that consistency going. He got that win at Vegas, and gonna get a really good top 5 run here if things go in the right direction. But Noah Hart, though, his car looks very good, but Roush's car looks a little bit better than that number 12 car. So really, we're starting to see these drivers, these veterans, start to come up the order, and Patrick Smith's up to the 10th spot. He got around Kukulon, looks like, so what a run there. And Corey Williams is all over the back bumper of the 29 car, and here he goes. Oh, gonna bump him out of the way, and Corey gonna try and shove him off the groove, and here goes the 14 to try and take the 10th spot away. And Corey Williams, what a comeback for him. He started pretty far back, 26th on the grid, now going up to the 10th spot if he can get around Patrick Smith. And Smith he's trying to do whatever he can to hold on, but to no avail. The 14 car gets by, and man, this 29 car, they're doing so good right now. They got past Kukulon, and now they're gonna lose out to Corey Williams. Roush starting to close in all over the back bumper. The 45, he's got the slipstream, and here he goes. He's gonna make a dive down to the inside, and here he goes for the runner spot. This is what Noah Hart needs to see, and Roush is gonna efficiently take it away. And right behind him, Bobo Jones trying to hold off Jacob Hart, in the battle for 10th heats up. Corey Williams, Patrick Smith, and Kukulon going at it, and here comes Smith down the inside. And Patrick Smith's gonna actually be in the 10th position. What a run for this GameStop machine, and what a day it could be if S3 Motorsport could come out with a great run like this. I think regardless, they expected a top 20 run, and I think this is they've exceeded expectations in this race. I don't think they expected to be in the top 10 at all in this race, and they've made right adjustments. They've took advantage of others' misfortunes, and now they're having to fend off some of the top teams here right now. Corey Williams trying to find something around that 29 car. Kukulon's gonna fight back on the outside groove, and that's gonna give the 29 car some good space for now, but Corey Williams knows his car is pretty quick. They've made some really good adjustments in the latter half of this race. Tim Fiegel trying to go down the inside. Ryan Reed's really struggled with his multi-tool car, and he ended up succumbing to become a car lap down, but more or less though, Noah Hart trying to run away here. Roush getting around Kyle Farrell here, so now it's between the 3 and the 12, so Roush doesn't really have to worry about lap cars interfering in his progress, so now it's just up to Roush to really pick up the pieces in this race. Now, Bradley Bishop Jr., can he get around Kyle Farrell? Will Farrell fight back? That will also be the deciding factor, but Farrell's just gonna really send it in there, and that's not gonna help the 45 car at all, and that's really gonna help Scott Roush a lot too, and he already knew his car was faster than him and passed him without much of a hassle, but now he's only got to worry about catching Noah Hart in this case, so Roush now coming in close with only 3 laps to go in the event. It's Scott Roush in second, but Noah Hart in the lead. Bradley Bishop Jr. sits in third, Halleck in fourth, and Kev Shear, your top 5. Bobo Jones trying to fend off the 6th spot from Jacob Hart, with Sprigley not too far in hot pursuit. Then you got Yepes. Corey Williams making a dive down to the inside of Patrick Smith for the 10th position, so he'll take it away, but back up front though, Noah Hart though still in the lead with only 3 laps to go. He's coming down pit road, so he's not good to go, and it looks like the undercut did not work out, and that might have came to a cost of the fuel window, so they might have miscalculated dearly, and despite leading the race, that's not going to be the case. So Scott Roush is going to be leading here with 2 laps to go in the event, and Bradley Bishop Jr. is just stuck in a lot of traffic. Jacob Hart making a move to the inside here. This is going to be, looks to be maybe for the 5th spot, and they're 3 wide against Edward Ziemba into the corner. Down the stretch they're going to go. Jones and Hart going at it here, and Bobo's going to drive it wide, and Ziemba not really paying any favors for this 9 car at all, and Jacob Hart's going to be in the 5th position. There's Joseph Straley's going to move up to 7th. A lot of drivers going to move up the order as a result. Corey Williams in the 9th spot. There is, Kukulon trying to make a move on the inside of Patrick Smith, but not able to. And Hart's going to drop all the way down outside of the top 10. He's going to drop to 12th as a result. Shady's, again, a great effort for him. Great recovery after the spin. But man, what a heartbreak for Noah Hart. And here goes Kev Shear underneath Jack Halleck. He's going to take the spot away. That is for 3rd, as the white flag is going to wave. 1 more lap to go for Scott Roush. He lets Sean Angel by. And right now, he's only got a car ahead of him, and Cal Farrell really just not playing any favors for BBJ whatsoever, and Roush, all they gotta hope for is to make it home on gas. Hart looks like they might have miscalculated, but I think everybody else might be good to go here. Scott Roush in the 3. This team, they've been so ambitious this year. CM Racing has been one of the big teams in the Hardee National Series for quite some time. Won a championship with Alex Banyako, and here they come towards the final stretch. Scott Roush has put an emphasis upon being a championship contender, and one with a win right here, Scott Roush comes off victorious, and that's going to create a big rise for him in the point standings. As a result, in a great race for him, starting 19th on the grid to gather along another win in his resume here in the Hardee National Series. That's win number 4 for the 3 team. Bradley Bishop Jr. ends up 2nd, Kev Shear in 3rd, and then you got Jack Halleck 4th, Jacob Hart 5th, Bobo Jones 6th, Joseph Sprigley in 7th, Yepes in 8th despite the back-end damage, Corey Williams 9th, and Patrick Smith. How about that? Kudos to the S3 organization. A pivotal point in the top 30 in the owners' points here. An excellent run. I think, guys, they'll make it into the next round in terms of being locked into the show. So, I think they'll make it, guys. And Patrick Smith with a top 10 run here. Great effort for them. That is a huge momentum shift for them as a team. And this team, they know they've had speed. They got the Texan equipment for a reason. Now they're making the most out of it. And Smith able to get a top 10 here, especially with the troubles of others. And a wild race here at Old Spice in Wisconsin has brought along a lot of twists and turns. And for Scott Roush, he ends up being the big winner out of this one. CM Racing claims another one here in the Hardee's National Series. And for the other drivers, running up high up in the points, Bobo Jones, another great run. BBJ, another good run. They're going to gain some good traction here and pull away from those other contenders here, despite it only being race 5 in the season. Thank you all for watching this race. It's been a wild one to say the least, and we'll see you for the next round of Nashville. And from there on, we'll be using the 2021 Owners Points to determine who will be locked in to the main event.